Hi, my name is Yana, guys.
Hola, amigos. Gonna chill.
What am I, chopped liver? What am I, chopped liver?
Buenos días, mis amigos. Shimmy, 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 shimmy. So, mis amigos, today's vlog is going to be about New York City High School Admissions. All the stresses. Oh, she's so sad. I grew up in Long Island where we knew what elementary school we were gonna go to, which high school we were gonna go to. Like, there was no applying to schools. I mean, you could apply to schools if you were going to like a Catholic school or a prep school, you had to apply to them. But for the most part, like, we just went to our district school and they weren't bad. Like, I liked going to school in Long Island because compared to the school that my kids go to in public schools in the city is a dollar sign. It sucks. They're overcrowded. They don't get the education they need. For instance, Gunner has, I think there's like 6 second grade classes or 6 third grade classes. Like, it's so many classes for the same grade. It's insane. So it's overpopulated. And then like the school that Deanna goes to, which we thought was great, and it has some aspects where it is great, but for the most part, we don't feel that she is getting the right education she needs because they're so focused on the earth and green crap and this and that, which is important. But it's like, how about we learn world history? How about we learn a map? How about we learn geography and put more emphasis on learning how to use periods and semicolons and grammar and all this stuff. So it's just, our school does go into high school, which is the last resort. So we need to apply to other high schools, and some of them are free, some of them are not. Will we be able to afford it? I don't know, but we're looking into everything and scholarships and financial aid and all this stuff, right? One of the number one schools that she wanted to go to, you know, we were excited about. She's been studying. She went to the library with Kylie, with her best friends, and they went to the library because she had to do summer reading this summer, and she's read so far like 10, 11 books, I think, and then she has to write a review on them. And so while she was at the library, she's, oh, look, Mom, look what I got. I got this SHSAT, which you need for some of the really good high schools. So she's been studying, specialized high schools, which she's been studying, but she hasn't been like on it, just like 7th grade. She hasn't been on it. She's a very smart girl, but she loses focus really quickly. She's not organized. She doesn't write her syllabus. Like, she's not me. I was so anal retentive with everything was color organized, and I loved being organized. Like, everything was color organized, everything was detailed, everything. I like doing the check marks and the cross. Like, I just liked, I'm a visual person, so when things are organized and neat, I just feel good. And so that's how I've always been. Like, my focus after, I think, 7th grade, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to get my crap together. High school, you know, I'm going to college in like 4 or 5 years. So I was very studious. Or I went to after school, and I went in between. I went during lunch when I needed help with things. That's just who I am and was up until college. Like, if I needed help, I was in the library studying. So her average is 85.6 or something. So let's just move it up to 86. Let's be, you know, you gotta go up a little bit. So it's like 85, 86, right? We just found out when we were talking to friends of ours. They're like, oh, she's not getting in that school. I said, why? He's like, your average is gonna be 95. I said, what? So I looked it up. Yeah, it's 91 to 95 average that you need to get into that school. So, and I told her, she was very upset. 2 days ago when I told her, she was very upset. She was sad, and I think it kind of like clicked in her that, oh crap, I need to get my ish together.
I know for sure, like, I'm gonna get in at least one high school, for sure.
Like other schools, some of the schools she has to do, what, a written review? A video review? Interview, whatever. I'm like, this is where public speaking that I've been telling for years. Like, you're reading your book, read it out loud and practice as if you're speaking to an audience. You know, don't rush it. You gotta, talk about, blah, blah, blah. If you had any other outstanding, then your was applied to those listed on the enclosed page. Please note that POV's automatic application. Learn is practice. Even if it's by yourself, practice. And she doesn't listen to me. She wants to be on the debate team, but she don't like to. Well, she loves to debate with me, but she don't like to really say argue out loud and practice and this and that. So that's something else we need to practice, right? We need to practice on that. We need to. What else did I say? Syllabus. Right? Mm-hmm. She likes to not write in her syllabus. Oh, I forget it's in there, or he dismissed it he dismissed the class real fast and this and that. Have your calendar out. When your math book is out, your calendar is out. When your science book is out, your calendar is out. Okay, what?
Because he's usually okay, this class is dismissed. Also, don't forget that you have homework, and then it just runs out. And then he's like,
don't forget you have homework. Okay, my calendar's already out. Math homework, page 51. Done. What's your next excuse? It's out already. If it's out and opened to the date, there's no problem with you closing it and holding it in your hands, going to the next class. Syllabus stays out the whole day. Open to the page. ¿Entendiste? Mm-hmm. And I want to see it every day. Yeah, I'm serious about this because that's where you messed up. There's homework missing. She forgot. Oh my God, they gave me this last week, and she's doing it the night before, the day of. It ticked us off. And Boy Toy's well, let her learn herself. Stop being on her ass. And I'm I feel like with the 85 hours that she has, I wasn't on her ass enough, and that it's not really my fault because she has to learn. And I think this is a good, hard lesson that now you have to get your ish together because college is in 4 years, right? 5 years, right? They don't, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm you want a good average, you have to study. She didn't want to study. There's another thing. She's I know this. She has a test tomorrow. She's she looks it over. That was it. No. Studying is writing things down, memorizing it. Study, Mom. Can you test me on this? And I think she did a handful of times where I would study with her a little bit, but she wasn't like me, such a studious person. But I think you're gonna be serious this year and next year and everything, right? Diana? Mm-hmm. You're think positive. This is a little blip. We're still gonna apply to those schools, even if your average is not what they want. But we're gonna try anyways because they can say no. But maybe you're the 1% that they're you know what, this girl, you don't know that. They take some kids that are not perfect, with the 91, 95. I shouldn't say perfect because perfect is. You never know. You never know.
What I do that was so interesting to them.
You don't know. Where they're oh wow, 85, she has potential, but she's around losers. So maybe this is why she doesn't have a 90, 95 average. And that's another thing. I feel a lot of the kids in that school are not.
They're so distracting.
They don't care about school, so she needs to surround herself around other kids that are serious about having a future. Birds of a feather flock together, right? If you have friends that don't care about school, want to be TikTok stars or vaping, you little by little are around that. You might not do it, or you might get introduced to it, and you might start doing it, right? Mm-hmm. And that's not good for your future. Oh, I want to be a TikTok star. No. You gotta be around other kids that want a future and want to do good in school and in life in general, right? So this is what I always tell her: be careful who you surround yourself with. Nobody cares. If people are distracting you, who cares? And I told her, tell the teacher. She's I tried last year. Tell the teacher you want to sit in the front. Can I please have my seat in the front because I get distracted when people are talking behind and I'm not going to pay attention and I really want to pay attention.
No, we sit in tables. We don't have columns.
Whatever. Can I sit in the table in the front next to you or next to the board? In college, that's all I sat was in the front. Because in the back, I got distracted. I wouldn't pay. I like to sit there and listen to what the teacher's saying and write my notes. Even if I don't have to write notes, you write notes because when you write things down and you review it, it starts getting in your head. Is what I tell you and I tell Gunnar. Writing, you memorize. Maybe you're a visual person, you memorize. Depends. I'm more of somebody that has to write things and study it and say it over and over and over and over again and over again. So then, yeah, I told her that. I'm like, you gotta speak to each teacher and tell me what's in the front. If that doesn't work, you let me know and we speak to the principal because I need to get involved with this crap because I'm not accepting 85 or 90. She needs to get a good average. Unfortunately, that's how it is here. And then at home, we do Betsy V University.
All you do is give me workbooks. How is that a university?
Because you study it. When she doesn't know, she's been doing good where she goes online and she figures it out and watches YouTube videos or whatever and asks for a breakdown of stuff. She knows her geography. Last year they were doing, was it states or capitals or countries or something like that?
Yeah.
And
States.
How many, like a lot of the kids didn't know anything.
Like probably 3 including me exceeding.
3 including
in the
her
first
exceeding.
test.
In the first test.
Oh no, 2 including me.
That's because I'm like, you need to learn your countries, your states, your capitals. She doesn't know it 100%, but she does it. Scripts. I had her practicing scripts. Coding. She was doing coding before. Now she's been learning Spanish, Japanese, and French for the past like year and a half. Is it perfect? No. Of course, because no one speaks French in the house. She's not speaking to anybody that's French or Japanese or Spanish that much. So she might understand a little bit, but she's not going to get the real practice until she actually speaks to somebody that knows those languages proficiently. So I try. With Gunnar, I try to do the same, but he's a boy, and he's much more difficult to teach. But yeah, you're gonna think positive. You might not get into the high school you want, but you know what? You buckle down, you do the best you can, and you're gonna get into a good college, right? Mm-hmm. And you might start your own business, a lemonade business. You're gonna be good. My baby. So yeah, mis amigos, listen to your parents.
Listen to your heart.
Listen to your corazón.
Sanchichi.
Sanchichi, what does that mean?
3 fathers.
Okay. Sanchichi! Dora Sanchichi!
Wait. Watashi Sanchichi. Wait. Watashi Sanchichi. I am 3 fathers.
One tachi. Alright, Miss Amigos. But yeah, that was it. That's all I wanted to talk about because, you know,
Watashi Nakayama. I am in the mountains.
Ooh, mommy! Look at my little Japanese girl.
I think that's what it means.
Oh, God. Thank you so much for watching, Miss Amigos. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And definitely comment below. It will help us on YouTube. And until next time, adios!